Hello guys, how's it going? Really tired right now, but I'm filming this video because I'm gonna be out of town and I can't film it on like the regular day that I film it. So yeah, I'll be gone all weekend. So that's why I'm filming it tonight, and it's Wednesday, so yes. And clearly I am ready for bed. My hair's in a thing, and I just showered and stuff, and I have my retainer in, so if I'm talking weird, that's probably why. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a little journal entry. I just kind of want to do this to like document it and then show you guys kind of the process I go through with like thinking it out. And then I feel like I would really want to watch a video like this, and so that's why I'm doing it. And yeah, I hope you guys love it. And yeah, I've been pretty good about journaling this year, except recently, that was the last time I did it, and it's April 1st, so kind of falling behind. But I'm really glad I started doing this, because when I'm kind of stressed out or I like have something come up, just journaling about it really helps me out. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so I'm kind of contemplating between two different prompts. So we have, one is going to be like, let me find it. Okay, so I'm kind of deciding between two different prompts right now. One of them is, what parts of myself do I hide from people, and why? And then the other one, let me find it. When do I feel like I'm performing the most versus like when I feel the most real? So like, what situations do I find myself in that I feel like I'm performing instead of being real? So I'm trying to think of like which one will be easier to explain. I feel like it's gonna be kind of tough. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the second one, which is like the performing one. So yeah, we're gonna do that one. Okay, I'm giving you guys a little overhead view. So usually how I start my journals is I'll put journal number, and then I'll like look. So this will be journal number 40, even number, and then I'll put the date, and it is the 1st of April. So at this point of the process, I kind of dig deep back into my brain and kind of like picture times, like try to remember scenarios where I was like in this situation. So I kind of have to think for a little bit. So I'm gonna go think, and then I'll tell you guys what I've been thinking. Okay, so some of the ones that I wrote down. The first one is being too boring. So I feel like the reason that connects to like the performing thing is people have told me in the past that I'm too boring or like authentic enough or stuff like that, and they've also told me I'm too much before, but yeah, well, anyways. But yeah, that's one of those. And I feel like I would have to perform, because if I'm too boring, I need to be more energetic or like more funny or whatever, and so that's one of them. The other one is not feeling like the friend. So like I feel like a lot of my friends that I've had before, I'm like their friend, they're really fun with me, and I kind of consider them like my best friend in certain scenarios, but they would never think of me that way, so I feel like I would have to perform to become their best friend. Okay, another one is feeling like I have to prove myself to people. I'm someone who's kind of, whatever I kind of start and whatever I do, I want to be really good at it, so I end up becoming really good at it. So that's like athletics and stuff. I'll just try something out. If I really like it, I'll really commit myself to it and get really good at it. And with that comes people that are like, if you mess up, like, you're not good enough in this thing, and then I would take that to heart, and then I feel like I have to perform better so that people would think that I'm the best at it. Okay, the final one is people may think differently of me, and then what if they leave? So how this connects is I feel like I would have to like perform a certain like personality, like be a certain way, so that people who think different of me would like want me around still and like want to be with me, because I feel like sometimes I think to myself that if I'm like truly myself, or I like open up about my opinions, that a lot of people might not agree with around here. So I feel like I would have to put on a facade or like a different version of myself so that people would stay, you know? Okay, so now here, I'm going to start with the being boring one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stay quiet and I'm not going to walk you through it, but I'm just going to kind of write down some of the stuff, and then I will get back to you guys and just kind of take this time for myself, and then I'll get back to you guys and explain what I wrote, and I'll do it in little sections based off of the stuff I just told you. Okay, so I finished this section of my journal about like the being boring part, and basically the summary is I've basically felt boring because people would say I'm not funny enough or original enough, and I didn't have like certain like sporty activities that people around me would have, so I was thought of as boring. I also wrote down that people have said that I'm too much because I try like really hard to do certain things to the best, and then people would call me like a try hard, and I would feel like I need to perform maybe like down more because I would be looked at as weird or whatever. So I think I'm gonna just do the rest of my sections, and then I'm gonna just kind of do a final thing about it, and then just kind of things I can learn through my journal and stuff like that. So this is the end product. Sometimes I take up 2 pages, sometimes I just do 1. Today it was long enough that I need to do 2. I already told you guys about the boring thing. So I've always felt like the second one to go to. So like when friends would want to be friends with me, I feel like I would want to be the person they go to because I care so deeply about them. And I would care about them so much, but they wouldn't care about me in the same way. And I would feel that pain of feeling not enough. So to compensate, I would be extra nice and chase and perform to get their attention. So that's something really deep and really like personal, and I'm glad that I kind of got that out. And then the next section is I feel like I've had to prove myself to people because I want people to know that Cole is the best. And I feel like I wouldn't want that. In my head, I'm like, I don't want people to think that, but deep down, I kind of know I try so hard so people can like me, because I feel like I'm kind of a boring person, and I feel like if people see my accomplishments and think I'm the best, that they'll like me more because I'm just boring, and that'll like make up for that. Also, I don't know why I have tape. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why it's in the frame. Sorry. I use tape to like tape my tripod to the stool because I can't really get a good angle, but yeah. So that is the section about like people and feeling like I need to prove myself to them. The last section is I also feel I have to put on a facade so that people will stay because I have different perspective and opinions from people around me. And I feel like if I were like authentic, everyone would leave and I would have no one. Because like I said, deep down, I feel I am not enough and I have to perform so other people will stay or like me. I feel like if other people knew me, they wouldn't like me because I have done that. And then that has been the reaction. I have been too boring, not talking enough, not being funny enough, but I've also been too like bubbly or too whatever. And then I feel like I can only be one or the other, and I can't be a mixture of those things, and I feel like that's kind of sad. So a thing I noticed with journaling is you can like write out the points and stuff, and when you start like actually writing your stuff, you kind of start recalling like certain things, and then it just kind of builds on that, and you end up getting a lot more out of it than just writing down those points. You end up remembering certain things about yourself, and I think that's really cool. So that's kind of what always happens to me when I do journals. So this one actually really helped me kind of remember that I felt like I have had to perform for. whoa, sorry. The main thing I can take away out of this is like, I need to tell myself I'm not boring. I'm like interesting, because most of the stuff revolves around me feeling like I'm boring and not enough. Once I feel like I am enough, I'm not boring, I'm very interesting, I'm very cool person. And once I start telling myself that, that can help with this performing issue, because I've kind of been someone that has felt like they need to perform so people will like them. And I hope this has helped you guys with your journaling stuff and just kind of looking at pathways that you made in your brain a long time ago with like why you feel certain ways. Because I feel feels like so much better. I feel like all the weight's off my chest and stuff when I kind of journal about it and get it out of my head. Reminder that you're not boring. It's not your fault if people don't appreciate you or don't like you. That's on them. Like, you are perfect the way you are. Like, that's what I am telling myself right now based off of this. Like, your accomplishments don't define you. Your different opinions does not mean you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. Okay? Okay? Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that. My journal, I also look back on stuff that I've done. Like my first journal, I was talking about how bad I felt about myself and how lacking of confidence I had, and felt like I had no friends, and I had big expectations, except I was too lazy to do stuff. And now I feel like I'm in such a different like place in world than I was when I wrote that. And then this kind of documenting process really shows how you're growing, and I really love that. I really love that. So yeah. So this video is really short, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know if you guys like this kind of video, because I really liked filming it. It was short, sweet, and to the point, and I think it was really cool to just kind of go through that process. And I love doing that. So yes, and yeah, I'll see you guys in next week's video.